What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cigar Avengers podcast, where real smoke meets real talk. And listen, we got a special guest on here with us today, Mr. Alex Glez of AG Cigars. What's going on, Mr. Glez?
Hello, my friends. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you to have me here in the show.
Yes, sir. Always, man. Always. I'm super excited to have you on today. Oh, and look here, we got our brother No of the Big Guilty podcast that has joined us.
Yes,
Welcome, brother
sir.
No. What's up, man?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man. Living a dream. Living a dream. So
There
I
we
need to
go.
decide what you want to go with. So,
Well, I know I'm smoking the Lancero.
oh my god,
Oh, you're
I love the
smoking the Lancero?
Lancero.
I listen. I got
I
your
love a
I
Lancero.
I got the I think it was the 10 pack of the Lanceros. It had that Maduro and this one that was in it. If I don't even are you still are those still available? Can you still get
Which one?
those?
The Lanceros?
Um no, yeah, the Lanceros. We have the Maduro with along with this one as well.
Yeah, we have the Lanceros, the Maduros.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this I love this Lancero. I know a lot of people don't like Lanceros for some odd reason, but I love Lanceros.
Lanceros is the best size,
Yeah, that
man.
is one of my favorite sides because it's
Yeah.
really elegant cigar for me. When you have a good experience with Lancero, the draw is perfect. Believe me, it's one of the best experience you can have with
With a
those sizes.
cigar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, we got Epicurean Smokes up in here. What's up, brother Steven? What's going on? Hope everybody's doing well. Listen, if you got something to drink, you got something to smoke, let us know what you're smoking and drinking down in the chat. And so Mr. Glass, let's kick it off like this. I want to know what was your spark? What got you started with creating AG cigars?
That is a really long history. Well, maybe start was something funny. I was rolling cigar for many years in the Laguito factory, and after many years rolling there, I have the opportunity to start to work in the LCDH. And I have a friend. His name is Roy Kwong, and he's my partner now for the last almost 5 years. And one of his trips in Cuba, he was mentioned to me. He was trying to do something in Nicaraguan cigar. Honestly, at the beginning, I was a little bit skeptic. It's something I never considered. But after he tried to explain me what he want to do, what he want to create, I said, "Why not? Let me try." I booked a trip to Nicaragua, and honestly, the way they operated, the way they do all the things there made me feel really in love with what they are doing. And I say to my friends, you know what? I think I'm ready. I'm ready to try something new.
That is awesome. That's awesome. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, just because I remember watching yours. What's up, Carpy? Got Carpy in the building. What's up, Carpy? I remember
Hello.
how I first gained knowledge about who Alex Glez was. You did a show with Ugo, and that's my guy, man. I love Ugo, and so I watched you, and that made just watching your passion and hearing you talk about about your cigars and where you get your passion from. That made me even more interested in smoking your cigars, and I'm glad that I have because I've really enjoyed your stuff. I really enjoyed the effort that and it's just is one of those brands to me that I feel a lot of people really especially I do my best when people ask me, hey man, what's a good starter cigar, like, or like people that's just trying to get into the hobby, like AG Cigars is in that conversation with me
Thank you so
because
much for that.
because of what it offers, and it has really great taste, and it's not harsh on the palate, it's not harsh on the retrohale. It's a really good cigar. And so with that, I just I want to know as well, your do you remember, and we ask everybody this, what was your very first cigar?
My
If you can
first
remember.
cigars,
Yep, your very first cigar ever.
that was something fun. My first cigars, at that time, I was working as a cashier
Mhm,
in the Marina Hemingway. It's a really big market where they have LCDH. At that time, the cigar roller there was Andrea Calunga, and thanks to her, I'm now a cigar roller. But one of the days she was making an event there, organized by a really good friend and a big connoisseur in the cigar industry. The name is Nakamura from Japan.
mhm, mhm,
They was making a nice event and they was trying to take care of his VIP and organize like a blind tasting and they were doing something great. And that night they was bringing to the guest Longstone. It's a wonderful size, 42 ring gauge, and I never smoke cigars. I always see my grandfather smoke cigar because he passed away with 92 years old, and I always
Mm.
see him smoke a cigar, three, four cigars a day.
yeah.
But I never was that involved in the cigar industry, and I never was that interest in the cigar and in the cigars community. What made me feel in love with the cigar community was when I was looking at that cigar roller, Andrea, how you can feel the passion from the people when they are seeing the roller from a bunch of leaves creating something that people are crazy. When you make the right job, when you make the right blend, and when you are something custom, that is why the cigar rollers,
Mhm,
they work in the LCDH in Cuba, they have more interaction with direct customers. And when you see those customers appreciating what you are doing for them, that is
mhm,
unique. And when I start to see all that experience with her, was when I start to ask her how I can be a cigar roller.
mhm,
And thanks to her, she said to me, Alex, if you want to be a cigar roller, you can do it, but it's difficult and it's something you have to move. You have to quit the job you are doing now because to be a cigar roller, you have to be 8 hours a day, try to learn
Mm-hmm.
how to make a cigar. It's not like you can keep both jobs. And I said, you know what? I'm really young. At that time, I only have like maybe 17 years old, between
okay.
17 and
Wow.
18. And I said, you know what? I'm young enough. If it's good, it's good. If I can do it, okay, I come back. And it was the first experience. I go to the Laguito factory. At that time, it was only 30 rollers. And honestly, at the beginning, it was like a joke. It's okay, it's something new for me. Let me try what is this. But after having relationship there with the people, with the teachers, teach you all the trick how you make the cigars. At the beginning, it's only like you only have to make like 15, 20 cigars a day because they don't want you waste too much tobacco, too much raw material because it's expensive. And normally they make you roll the cigar size. Mareva is a
Mhm,
42 by 129 millimeters, something like that.
mhm,
And after they make different cuts, after 2 months, the professor have to know
mhm,
which people they consider have a skill to continue to the next level. And if in 6 months, because make cigars, make 5 cigars, 2 cigars, 10 cigars is easy. The
mhm,
difficult is when you have to make 130, 140, depending the size, in one day. That is the challenge
Mm.
for a cigar roller. Have a good quality cigar for the amount of the cigar that require per size, and that is
mhm.
the difficult things when you are rolling cigar.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
so,
That's
so, I'm sorry, Fred.
no, no.
I may cut
What
you off, but
all I was about to say was, listen, Alex, I commend you for being a cigar roller because if I had that job, they would fire me the first day. Cause like, hey, where the fuck the cigars at? I would have about
yeah.
two cigars in my mouth, just smoking, just puffing away. They'll be mad as hell at me. Go ahead, you know.
Yeah,
No, I was
but
gonna
you know
ask. So,
something
like, so,
interesting in the cigar
so,
industry, the cigar roller,
Hmm.
I can guarantee you, m- most of the cigar roller, the most they smoke are cigarette more than cigar. I used to smoke
mm,
almost one and a half, two package of cigarette a day. I
Oh,
smoke more cigar
Wow.
now here in US than the cigar I used to smoke in Cuba. In Cuba, I smoke a lot of cigarette, and the people
Mm.
who know me for a long time, they know when they go to Cuba, they say to me, "Oh my goodness, why you smoke cigar if you smoke cigar?" I said, "Brother, because cigarette for me is an addiction, and cigar is a pleasure. For cigar,
Mm-hmm.
I need to have enough time to enjoy, to relax.
yeah.
And when you are working, when you are rolling cigars, it's difficult for you pay attention to the cigar, and I don't like that way. And most of the cigar roller is the same. Most of them they smoke cigarette, and also because it's really expensive. In Cuba, the cigar is really expensive. When our salary is
Mm.
almost like $15-20 a month.
Wow.
Wow. So my question to you was: so when you were a roller, so when you're working in those factories, and everybody knows like people mess up on cigars, but how many cigars are you allowed to so if you're rolling 50 cigars, like how many of those cigars can be either plugged or not pass the draw test, or you know just not
I don't hear you.
up to the level. Oh, can you hear me, Fred? Can you hear me, Fred?
I don't. Alex,
Can you hear
can you
me?
hear him?
Yeah, I hear you perfect. I hear you perfect.
Can you hear
Can you hear
Eno?
me?
No, I don't hear Eno.
He don't
Okay,
hear
hold.
you.
All
Okay,
right,
go
let
ahead.
me let me do this. Hold on.
I know he was asking. As,
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me now, Alex? You still can't hear
nah,
me?
he can't hear you.
All right, I'm gonna,
What?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna drop down and come back in.
Okay. I know he was asking about when it comes to the draw test. Like it was a couple of cigars. If you um how many cigars as far as passed, well, how many cigars did not pass that draw test, as far as like if the draw was plugged and stuff like that. That's what he was asking.
Oh, but he was asking about Nicaraguan cigar or Cuban cigar.
Cuban.
Oh, for Cuban cigar, I can let you know 100% sure Nicaraguan and New World cigar make better job with the draw machine like a Cuban cigars. The
Yeah.
Cuban cigars, honestly, how everything is from the government, nothing is private. Most of the people they don't care, and most of the people it's difficult to mention like this, but everybody feel like they are a thief. You have to
Uh,
focus more to work fast and try to have a couple cigar every day to bring home
hmm.
than put it in the draw machine. And sometimes everybody mention, oh no, it's not true. In the Cuban cigar, they have to pass 90% of the production, but in the end, it's not true. In the end, honestly, it's not professional to talk about that, but it's true. That is why you have many cigar are really good and many
Hmm.
cigar is really plugged.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Normally, when the cigar is plugged, it's normal. When you make a product 100% handmade, is something can happen. But that if that happens from one box, one cigar, it's okay. But what is really bad experience, you are spending maybe now with the new prices 60, 80, $100 per stick, and you have that bad experience, that is impossible. That's something you can accept.
So
And honestly,
Alex,
it's something they have to work a little bit hard in the quality control. And it's
so
something honestly they don't do.
yeah, can you hear me now, Alex?
Nah,
Can you hear me
he's
now?
nah, he can't hear you.
Oh my God. So just so my question to him was, when it comes to humidity, how much does that
But I hear
affect
you perfect,
cigars?
Fred. I don't know why I don't hear,
I know
Yeah, I don't.
it's StreamYard,
It's
man.
StreamYard.
Yeah,
So
it's
like yeah. So
StreamYard.
so tell him sometimes he has to drop out. They come back in, and then he hears all of us. But now I was gonna say you know like what if like how much does humidity affect a plug cigar? Will that right there like affect it at all?
He wants to. So Eno's asking, how much does the humidity affect the plug cigar? Does it affect it at all?
the humidity affect the cigar when you are rolling.
Well,
When you are rolling the cigar
well,
really wet, that affects a lot to the cigar because the cigar roller, when you are producing, that is why the raw material have to be not too dry because it will be like a powder when you put in your hands, but neither too humid because your hand will require more relief, you know. And the difference between the Cuban and non-Cubans, the Cuban is 100% handmade. We don't use those machines to roll like Nicaraguan way.
Mm-hmm.
That is why you have to go fast and you have to be carefully when you are preparing the bunch. You don't twist the bunch with your hands, and that is one of the things affect the draw with the cigar. Too much humidity, too much tobacco, or you twist a little bit the filler when you are rolling.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
Alex, I'm gonna tell you something. The funny thing is, can hear you perfectly, but
Yeah.
you cannot hear him worth shit.
Yeah.
But
He,
did you
he,
have any?
the only person I can hear now is you, Fred.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't.
Well,
I
you know
don't.
what? Like it's StreamYard, because sometimes what happens is like it's like when somebody comes on, somebody gets cut off. It's like the same thing with Steven. Like it happens to one of us every week, where somebody
Yeah,
comes on
it
and then
happens every
somebody,
week.
you know.
It's been happening for the past like maybe 4 shows, 3 or 4 shows now. It's
Mm-hmm.
been happening to us. But I wanted to ask
So,
you. So
oh, go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
what I want to ask you is this: what are your thoughts when it comes to the Cuban 109 style?
You mean in the new world, my size, the size I'm making them better?
Hmm.
What made me decide to make that size in the
Reason why I'm asking is because that's my a lot of people don't, but that is my absolute favorite size. Like that's my favorite technique roll on a cigar. The Cuban 109 style. I love it.
in the end, it's a size I always love. It's
Hmm.
something I really like from Cuba, and now more frequently you see some New York cigars where they are use the 109. Pardon. And for me, it's something unique. Sometimes the people believe it's the same when you have the regular shape or the 109. In the end, you will cut. You don't smoke
Hmm.
that size. But also, it's something from Cuba, like that kind of shape I want to bring to the New World cigars. I know other people also do it, but I think as a Cuban roller is something unique from our country and something I will feel really exciting to bring. That is why also if you see the ambassador boxes, it's only 10 cigars.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly the same design like the Partagas 898, the box of 10. They have like a three level, three, four, and three cigars. And that is something for me. I really feel so exciting to bring. And every day I try to bring something unique as much as I can.
Yeah, I'm in.
So,
And what I know
so Fred,
about
before you get to anything serious,
what?
I'm gonna ask you to ask Alex this.
Okay,
Ask him, does he feel like it's unique, the fact that Hugo has to ride around in a booster seat to drive his car?
Alex, ass. Do you think that it's unique that Ugo has to ride around his car in a booster seat?
What Ugo say?
No, he said, as do you think it's unique that Ugo has to ride around in a car seat as he's driving his car? Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
RJL has a question here. He said, "Will AG Cigars still be available to those of us in California after the UTL law?"
Oh yeah. Now we are working with our distributor here in California. Unfortunately, it's something all the cigar brand. If you are interested in California market, you have to do. And yes, that is something we are now dealing with all the paperwork, all the legal things. And yeah, I think we will be 100% in the California market. That's our goal is not stay only in California, being another state as much as possible.
Hmm.
And for sure, we are now registered our different sizes with all those UTL law. It's insane and crazy from California, but you know how it's California. Sometimes in California, I
Mm-hmm.
feel this state is more communist than Cuba, but
Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is, and I wanted to ask you, like, so if you as because like no, like you are a master blender. This this is what you do. And I wanted to ask you, how long did it truly take for you to really master your techniques?
Well, it's difficult. For
Hmm.
example, in Cuba, the Cuban cigar is easier because they only have, I explained before, the
Hmm.
Cuban cigar is, they only have, like, they use the volado, the seco, and the ligero.
Hmm.
That's, it's only that mixed. For example, when you are making Partagas or Romain Juliet or Cohiba, it's almost the same tobacco, but you need to know which mix of the leaf from the seco, volado, and ligero you use to create a blend. But for the new world cigars, I feel is 100% more complex. It's 100% a challenge for me, for example, because for almost more than 10 years, I was making only blends with the Cuban tobaccos.
Mm.
And when I moved to the New World cigars was something insane because the first time I've been in Nicaragua and I see all those tobacco from Honduras, from Nicaragua, from Dominican Republic, from Costa Rica, from Cameroon, I said, "Oh my goodness, what is this? It's 100% different."
Yeah.
And the wrapper, you have wrappers from another countries also, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Dominican, and for example, in the Cuban way, the wrapper is not as important as a new wood. Because when you make a Cuban cigar, the wrapper, the taste is almost nothing. It's like 5, 7, 8% of the taste. They'll make a huge difference to the blend you are working with the filler than the new wood. The new woods, for example, you are smoking, let's say, the 109. We're smoking now, I'm smoking the 109. If this 109, I use wrapper from Cameroon or wrapper from, let's say, from Esteli, it's totally different. I use
Hmm.
this one Ecuadorian wrapper. Most of the wrapper I like to work when I'm blending. That is why you see most of my cigar is Habano. It's Ecuadorian Habano. Can be light or darker, but most of them are Ecuadorian Habano because I feel when I blend with those kind of cigar, this kind of wrapper gives a lot of flavor to the cigar, but at the same time, don't change too much the blend I'm trying to do with the filler from the
Hmm.
different region of the tobacco I'm using.
So, so Fred, so you can tell them about what I'm saying right
But
now.
honestly, I think
So,
it's true. The New World cigars is something really special, something every factory have to try to make the difference from other companies. That is why the competition is really good. Knowing the cigar industry in all the business because make you work hard, make you be better, and try to take the attention from customer. Because when you go to the cigar lounges, maybe you see around 40, 50 different sizes or different blends. And many of them are no way no brands like the legend brands like Davidoff, like Padron, like all those brands are in the market for many, many years
Hmm.
and the way you try to take position of the shelves and take position and sense to many retail who give you the opportunity to be in their places
Yeah.
is trying to make something different, you know. And I think that is the challenge when you are blending. Try to bring into the people
so
different blends because sometimes when you smoke a cigars, like for me, for example, I used to smoke Cuban all the time,
Hmm.
and sometimes also Nicaraguan, Dominican. But most of the time at the beginning, when I smoke the cigars from Nicaragua, for example, I feel too strong. For us in Cuba, the strongest brand we have is Partagas, is a Bolivar, but nothing compared with the New World cigar. When you smoke a cigar from Nicaragua, like let's mention like the Tatuaje, for example,
Hmm.
that is strength and that full flavor never you will find in any Cuban cigars. And that for me is something I feel in my throat. And I feel like when I smoke one of those cigars, I can smoke only one, no more than one, because I feel sick, I feel dizzy. That is
mm,
why when you smoke many of my cigars, maybe it can be good for some customer, maybe it can be bad for another customer. But what I try to bring is something I love and something I like and something different. And
oh,
I know when
So
you are rolling cigar, you are not making blend for yourself. You are making blend for the portfolio of customer outside.
Hmm.
Try to smoke something from your factory, and it's true. But
Hmm.
that is a way. That is the way we was trying to bring our company. For example, for AG blend, I was trying to bring to my people something I really enjoy.
Right.
Our factory now we produce a lot of white label from another companies, and other companies, for example, they are who pay if they want something double ligero or super strong. It's our business. We have to do it.
Yeah.
But only for AG, I try to push a little bit in the last year to try to bring
uh,
into the people because okay,
uh,
maybe other brands who already produce, the people don't know we produce those cigars. But in the end, I said, you know what? Let's try to bring AG. Let's try to show him to the people what we are doing. We are doing good. We are doing bad. We are doing regular. That is up to the
mhm.
customers. That is something they have to feel if it's his taste or. But I think that is the way when you are blending.
Yeah, and I
So
and I like that. And
Fred,
if you
a
got your
quick question.
question, I'm gonna tell you if you
Uh,
got your question, type your question in, so then I can read it off. So
whatever.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah.
If you
Well,
got the,
all right. Well, I was gonna say because I got friends that go to Cuba all the time,
you
and
know, he got friends that go to Cuba all the time, and go
so
ahead.
when my boys go to Cuba, they say that they can smoke 12 cigars in one day.
He said when his boys go to Cuba, he said they said that they can smoke what 12 cigars a day.
12 cigars in one day and not
When
get
you go
addicted
12
to
to
the
cigars
shit.
in
Cuba,
one day.
Yeah.
that is in honestly, that is something unique. I have customers in Cuba who say, Alex, I smoked a cigar, 10 cigar a day in Cuba, and I don't feel
Hmm.
it. I can smoke
Yeah.
as much as I want, and I don't know why I can. They can explain how they can do in Cuba what they can do neither here in US. Not because of the price of the units of the cigars, if not for the flavor. When I was mentioned with those friends, when they asked me why they can come to Cuba, they can smoke 8, 10 cigars without any issue, and I said it's not because you are coming. Maybe number one because you are in vacation. In vacation, the only when you go to Cuba is try to learn to know to smoke cigars because here in US it's really difficult to find Cubans and illegal. But at the same time, the Cuban cigar, the difference between the New World cigar is a really clean taste. It's something you can retrohale, you can enjoy, you can taste it, and it's a clean taste. You can smoke one cigar in a row with another one, and you don't feel it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So we have another question here from RJL. RJL asks, he said, do you have a favorite cigar outside of your brand that has flavors you wish to obtain?
I smoke few cigars thanks to few friends who already sent me some new world cigars, and also for me is something I want to learn. The only way you can learn is trying cigar from another companies. One of the friends who really helped me a lot to understand every day a little bit more about the new world cigars, and thanks to his friendship, is Leo. And so far, the cigar I really enjoy when I'm smoking. One of the taste I like from those cigars, I smoke Arturo Fuentes Don Carlos Reserva. It's a really good cigar. I really enjoy a lot of the cigar Nelson is doing from Arabe. They are making a really good job.
Okay.
And and you can feel, for example, when you smoke the Nelson cigars, you can feel in the background is something from Cuba. He's a Cuban. He's the guy who was the designer of the vehicle labels, and he was working in the Cuban industry for many time. And I feel like you feel that background from the Cuban blends when you smoke his cigars from Arabe. And also you can have the same experience. I don't know if you have the opportunity to smoke before. I have a really good friend and it's my brother. He's a Freemason like me. His name is Hamle Paredes.
Oh,
They make
Hamlet. Yeah.
they make a cigar now. They call Bon Robert cigars. They also make some
Oh man,
Robles.
I reviewed it. Their 109 is amazing. I
When you
love that.
smoke those cigars, it's something I don't know how to explain, but it's something you feel the Cuban background without the Cuban tobacco. It's different. When you are trying to blend, and I know Hamlet is a really well-known cigar roller in Cuba, and he did the same like me. He tried to move to the New World cigars, and he tried to bring all his knowledge to the brands he was working. Before he was working with Rocky Patel, and
Mhm.
after a couple of years, now he decided to make something with Don Robert, with Rob Ayala,
Mhm.
and you are doing great. Those brands are doing a good job because I don't want to say the other brands because I don't have that big knowledge about different brands. I
Mhm.
smoked few of them, like Ferro Chego also have a really good blends,
Mhm.
and each blend I like it. It's the same.
Yeah.
You can smoke some AG cigar and you can believe, oh, this one is really good, and maybe this one is not as good as the other one because it's your preference as the taste. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The same happened to me. I can smoke maybe LFD, Double Ligero. It's a spectacular cigar for many people, but it's something for myself. I don't like that strength. I don't
Right.
like that strong cigar. But I don't say it's bad. I don't say it's good. I said it's not for my taste. That is why it's difficult for you to decide in the new world because you know how many brands and how many boutique brands are every years in the market. It's insane.
Yeah.
And everybody from different company, I guarantee you, they try to bring the best they can for his customers. Some people they do it, some people they don't do it, but the key for every manufacturer and for every brand owner is try to bring the best in his hands for his people.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That's awesome. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and for everybody that's watched right now, we really appreciate y'all and y'all being patient with us. We are having some technical
Mm-hmm.
difficulties during this show. We're trying to work through them. Do me a favor. If you can you type your question in? Can you type it in? If you got a question to ask them, and I'll read it from the chat. If you
I can
can.
read
Uh,
I can read all the questions in the chat.
And also for everybody else, if you have any other questions that you want to ask Mr. Glass, please drop them down in the
oh,
comment
so you know
section.
what? Hey, Fred,
What's up?
do you want? I know it's kind of weird, but normally when somebody drops and they come back in, they can
Hmm.
normally hear everybody.
All
So
right,
do you want to ask Alex to
we
drop
can
and they come
try it.
back?
We can try it. Mr. Glass, can you do us a favor? Because if you we're trying to see if you drop and come back in, see if NO be able to hear you.
Well, if you
Okay,
can hear
you want
me.
me to?
Yeah, if drop and come back in.
Okay, let me try to do it.
Okay.
One second.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Fred, but
No, it's,
StreamYard is
it's all
really.
right. It's all right, man. Listen, it's a journey, and everybody that's in here with us, they on this journey with us, bro.
Well, I'm pretty sure Peter can hear me. So now, so since Alex is gone for a second, fuck you, Peter. Congratulations to the other guys for getting 100 episodes. I don't know how they dealt with your ass for 100 episodes. That right there is spectacular in their own.
Bro.
You know that
Yeah,
right there is a
man.
miracle.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know
Congratulations,
that
congratulations, man.
yeah. Congratulations to the guys in the cut. All right, Alex, can you hear
I
me?
perfect.
All right, there we go. Now we in
There we
business.
go. All right, now we back in business. All right, go ahead, because I know you got some questions you want to ask,
Oh
bro. My
yeah,
boy, my boy over there, Anstey.
you know,
Alex, he was Anstey.
yeah, yeah. Listen, man, listen. Like I could talk. But my question to you was, you spoke about a harsher smoke compared to a cleaner smoke. So now, when you're dealing with people who smoke a lot of padrones, that smoke a lot of LFD, that smoke a lot of harsher stuff, how are you when you're having those conversations with those people, you know, how can you explain to them like, listen, like it's not going to be as harsh, but if you look for these things right here, it might be something to be able to crack your rotation.
Honestly, that is something like it's difficult to teach the people. You can try to give him
Mm-hmm.
different experience. It's like a wine. Normally, the people, when they are fans, like the sport, the wine, the cigar, they really follow the loyal brands they really love. That is why sometimes people they really love Padron, and it's true. Padron is a spectacular cigar, and Padron
Yep.
have a unique blend.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, it's impossible to copy. You can make maybe as close as possible, but never will be the same because they use a really aged tobacco and they have a unique taste. But it's the same happen with the Cuban and non-Cubans. Some people love Cubans, some people love New World cigars. It's difficult
Mm-hmm.
something to compare because both are really good and both have a different to bring to his customers. The same like a wine. Some people say the wine from Bordeaux is better than Burgundy, or the wine from Spain, the the Rioja is better than the Ribera del Duero. It's not like are better, are different, and it's different people who feel more in love with what experience they bring it to you. And the only I mentioned the people when, for example, a couple of months ago, I was in the place, and one of the cigar owner from the lounge said to me, "Hey Alex, I want to make you the order in your factory. Can you make me Padron, the same blend?" I said, "Brother, I want to be polite and I want to respect. But if you want to have a Padron cigars, go to Padron and buy from him."
Mm-hmm.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? You try you try to make the best you can for your people, but it's I don't know how to explain that in English, but honestly, every brand has something unique. When you
Mm-hmm.
smoke, for example, Ferry Otero is something from his brand, is unique and nothing similar to Padron, nothing similar to Arabe, nothing similar to LFB. That is the beauty about the cigar is the difference from each brands. You know what I mean? Is giving the opportunity to try something different. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in the last 10 years, if you go to Europe, most of the people they never smoke a New World cigar in his life because you can smoke Cuban cigar for $7 8. That is why when you go to any estanco or shop or any place, maybe you see they have for sale only couple of the legend brands, Padron, Davidoff,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of brands. Why? Because they say we can afford buy another boutique brands because the people don't smoke it. What happened? The necessity made the people now be more deep because of the prices to the new world cigars. And that necessity in I'm not talking about US because I know US for many years is every time more difficult to get Cubans. I'm putting a sample like Europe. Those countries now they try to bring to his clientele something different. Why? Because they can afford the new price of Habanos. That is
Mm-hmm.
why what Habano did for the cigar industry, for the New World cigar, was something spectacular. As they never will believe they was helping the New World cigars with all the new prices they put in the market.
Hmm.
Why? Because now people like me have a boutique brand. You have more chance for the people who carry your brand and smoke those cigars. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So so we have a question here from brother Ben. Shout out to Ben Smoking. He said,
What
"AG,
up, Ben?
what do you say to people who say if you don't retro heavy Maduro, you don't know how to taste cigars. Some people are heavy pepper bomb or heavy pepper bomb or or doesn't count."
For myself, for example, I retrohale every single cigar I smoke
Mm-hmm.
because I feel more accurate. I feel like my nose give me a better background, a better feeling for the blend I'm doing, and I have some flavor I can feel under my nose in the retrohale, and I can feel in the taste. Like for example, if now I'm drinking a coffee, and if I make like this, I don't feel the same flavor. The same happen with the cigar, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people they don't like it. Some people they love already the taste they are taking in the smoke with a retrohale. And Again, that is something up to the smokers. But sometimes you feel white pepper, black pepper, you feel some taste and some notes under your nose. You can feel it in your taste,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
the taste most of the time is it's like a, I don't know how to say that in English. It's more like a contaminated, like a more
Tart or a harsh bitter.
harsh bitter. Because imagine also you eat, you drink all those food, all those the tongue. The tongue is one of the part of the body have like a memory. The
Hmm.
only way you can learn how to drink a good wine is trying different wines,
Right.
because that is in your memory. The same with the cigar. For example, when you smoke LFD, uh, Andalusian Bull, that is a taste. When you make the first puff, you know you are smoking LFD,
Mm-hmm.
because
Hmm.
your memory know you are smoking LFD. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that kind of flavors is unique. You have some cigar is really have a really deep characteristic in the taste. You don't need to retrohale to have already the good experience, because you can have it without retrohale. But most of the people who are in the long time for the in the cigar industry, they love to retrohale, because you feel some different
Mm-hmm.
notes or more deep notes in your nose compared with your mouth. But
Yeah.
again, it's something particular for each person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I must say, and I wasn't able to give the shout out cigar that I love from you, which is the I'm gonna butcher the name. Don't mind me butchering the name.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Go ahead. Go.
It's
Go ahead.
the gato. Is it called the gato? The dark habano. The am I
Not
am I
the
am I
gato. Not the
is
gato. I told you, and Peter, if you're still in here, I told you he calls the cigar the gato.
what's what's it called, Fred? Help me out here. Help me out, man. I'm struggling here, man.
Not the
The
gato.
El Gato.
sometimes also the people believe the maduros is more heavy when
Yeah.
you retrohale, but I consider is also the fermentation of the tobacco. Because
Mm.
how many times you smoke a really strong cigar, but when you retrohale, it's really smooth.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The
Because
same. Sometimes,
everybody that I've had smoke one of those cigars loved it.
yeah,
Everybody
He's talking about the
got to
go to,
got to.
gato. Yeah,
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 he said the
yeah,
gato.
got
Wait,
to.
wait,
Yeah, they got
AG,
to.
listen, Alex.
it's, it's,
For,
it's
for
not it's not
NO,
it's not el gato, it's gaucho. Gaucho mean the grand architect of the universe. That is something I did from that line, because I have many brother in the Freemason, in the Brotherhood,
Yeah.
and
hmm
they say to me, Alex, why you don't do something for our Brotherhood? And I said, okay, I think it's something I can do, but I try to be really respectful to our Brotherhood, because I don't want to advertise the brands. The people who know, they know what that means, you know. But for that blend, I try to do something different. I try to make that blend a little bit more flavor for the people who
Oh.
are ready. For example, if you smoke un nuevo Reino cigar, like the white label, and you smoke the Gaucho, it's totally different. If you have the opportunity and you smoke, for example, you see the sizes. The sizes of the Gaucho is the apprentice, fellow craft, and master. Those are the three labels from the Brotherhood, from the Freemason. And if you have a chance and you smoke the fellow craft, for example, it's a little bit more rich of flavor, but at the same time, that cigar have double ligero in size, have ligero from Nicaragua and ligero from Dominican Republic. But at the same time, when you retrohale that cigar, you feel like it's impossible to feel that cigar have double ligero, because it's really smooth. for the quantity of ligero we put in that size, you know. And it's totally different when you retrohale the white label and when you retrohale the go-to. The go-to is
The Gautu is my it's I'll tell you about that was my one of my top five cigars. Like that cigar was off the chain.
what happened when I did a blend. I tried to move a little bit difference to the white label. Why? The white label at the beginning, before I bring that blend to the market, I start to make some custom roll for some group in the Facebook, some Cuban groups. Only they used to smoke. There are like 7,000, 10,000 different people who we are part of the Facebook group, and they smoke Cuban cigars. And I asking all of them, and the admin for the group, if he gives me the chance to prepare some custom roll blends, Nicaraguans, for the people who they can find those Cubans now in the US. And they say yes. That was the key for me to try to blend and see the reaction of the people when they smoke the Un Nuevo Reino blends. For the Gaucho, I try to make something different for people who are ready, like full flavor cigar, a little bit more strong, but neither I want to create something heavy. I want to create something medium plus, but totally different. For example, if you smoke a tatuaje or you smoke those full body and you smoke Un Nuevo Reino, maybe you have like a big chance you don't enjoy the blend because you will feel really mild. You will feel, you know what, this cigar is only for maybe early in the morning, so mild, I don't feel that flavor. Than if you smoke a gaucho. If you smoke a gaucho, you will feel totally different, more rich on flavor because it's the kind of profile they will enjoy, you know. And when you are blending cigar, I explain many times to the people, when you are make cigars, make a strong cigar is easier than make mild medium cigars because when you want to create something really strong, the only you have to add is ligero, double ligero, and you can play with which region depending which if you want to give in sweetness, if you want to use ligero or viso from Ometepe or from Jalapa or from Peru, and you create that strength adding more ligero. But when you are making something medium blend, that is a really challenge. It's the challenge how you can create something tasty, something don't be boring when you are smoking, and it's difficult. It's difficult when you are creating something medium. It's more difficult than making something strong.
Mm.
Yeah, man. I've smoked the gal too quite a few times, and um,
In the words of
it
Sal,
was
it's a banger.
yeah,
In the words of
it
Sal.
definitely is a banger. It is a good cigar. But I've noticed over time how much my palate has changed over the years, and I've been smoking cigars for 13 years, almost 14 years now. So I noticed how much more my palate has been leaning more towards the Un Nuevo, and the Un Nuevo to me is like that cigar is magnificent. Just
I
from
feel the people who really appreciate Un Nuevo Reino are the people who normally smoke Cubans.
Mhm,
And I don't like to use this kind of term when the people say Cubanesque, but it's
mhm.
true that
Uh,
cigar is more Cubanesque, it's more like a Cuban taste. It's impossible to duplicate the Cuban flavor
Right,
because
right,
honestly,
right.
I always say every time I talk with my friend, my grandfather used to say, with chefs, you don't make candies. It's impossible. You try to make exactly the same and with something you don't have in your hands.
Right.
And the cigar industry, the new world cigars at the beginning, the people, I sometimes I have this controversy with people and they say, no, it's not true. I said, brother, unfortunately, it's the reality. All those well-known names like Davidoff, like Padron, at the beginning, what they want to do at that time was try to make a cigar as close as possible at the Cuban because it's what the product was selling.
Mhm.
That is why the cigar industry they use Cuban seeds. All those Corojo, Criollo, Habano, all those are Cuban seeds.
Mhm.
They use a Cuban blender, they use a Cuban roller, but it's something in the terroir from Cuba is unique. You try to make the best you can with
mhm.
the product you have, but It's different. I say to everybody, it's something unique.
Right.
Unfortunately, is the
Mm-hmm.
way. But when all those legend brands they recognize by himself and they know, you know what, we can continue doing something like to duplicate something we can't. Let's try to be more accurate and to the something different. That way, we don't need to try to how to compete with something we can't, and that make the people a different spectrum of flavors. And I guarantee you, I smoke many non-Cuban cigars
Hmm.
are better than many Cuban cigars. Be realistic, you know.
Right. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
and and, and I understand that wholeheartedly, man. Like, because if we talk about with like when you mentioned the Atabase and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, and I've one of my right now the cigar, and I've only smoked this cigar once. And I got this cigar. One of our fellow Avengers sent it to me. It's a cigar called the Rare Finds, and
Mm.
I forgot the number that was on it, but that cigar was it like literally it tasted like a graham cracker. It tastes like a caramelized graham cracker with brown sugar and chocolate on it. Like that cigar was so good. And like some people like, oh, it has to be Cuban tobacco in it. But I'm like, even if it's not, overall, this is a good cigar.
Brother, I mentioned many times to people when you smoke a cigar and you enjoy, forget if it's Cuba, Nicaragua, Russia, or Indonesia. It's something you enjoy, and it's the most
Mm-hmm.
important. When you have a good experience with something you are smoking, that's it. You are enjoying because you are having a good conversation with friends. You are having a time in your life. Maybe you are so busy, you have many problems in your life, and you want to relax with the cigars. And you try to relax with something you enjoy. Forget about this coming from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, or Honduras. Try to feel and enjoy the moments you are having with the cigars.
Yeah.
Because I know many people when they find something good like Arabic, to put another sample with them, everybody say, "Oh my goodness, this cigar is spectacular because have Cuban tobacco because they put on this clothes." Can be possible, maybe not, but in the end, what they are trying to bring you is the best experience you can. You know, try to enjoy that moment. Don't try to find a way to try to know exactly what the cigar have inside.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I agree. What's up? You got another question for me?
No, no. I was just gonna say, when people try to say like it's undisclosed, it's for a reason of just like some people like to hide their recipe,
Yeah.
or their method to their madness.
Not only
You
that,
know.
also some people they use now, and many people use now undisclosed because that is something is tricking you psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
Because when someone said to you, "I have this cigar, a little bit of undisclosed tobacco or not," in the end they don't say what they are using. You assume undisclosed is a
Yep.
Cuban tobacco. Maybe it can be true, maybe not. This is some marketing strategy they are using. For example, I feel some cigar I smoking before they put on this clothes, and it's true. You feel a little bit like a Cuban taste, but I smoke another cigars. They say on this closed tobacco, and you don't feel nothing from Cuba, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Maybe they have a good brain where they try to trick you that way when they mention on this closed wrapper, on this closed raw material, is the way they try to bring the attention to the people to smoke these cigars. And I will
Yep.
put you an example. Maybe before was more easy to get some kind of blend from Cuba to prepare filler binder on that kind of cigars. But when the people put like a wrapper on this clothes, that is another red flag for me. Like it's impossible. No, no me, any other brand in the cigar industry. I guarantee you, 100%, anybody have access to the Cuban wrapper. Maybe 10 years ago was possible because some people find a way to bring out of Cuba some seco, some volado, and a little bit of ligero from Cuba. It's true.
Hmm. Now,
You know, go ahead,
that,
Frank.
no,
It's
we
some
have a
blend
question
with
from
that tobacco,
brother
but
Joe. We have a question here from brother Joe Ross. Shout out to Joe. Alex, do you have any plans on vertical integration? Will we see in AG farms any AG farms in the near future?
brother, that is the dream from any cigar manufacturer. But sometimes you have to be realistic, and sometimes you need to know which is your goals. Of course, my goals will be a nice farm with good tobacco and grow our own raw material. 100%. That is a dream for any people who own a manufacturer. But now we already open a new factory. Like we already started almost like 2 weeks ago.
Hmm. I was gonna ask you about that too. Go ahead.
But that factory now is a new vision in my career. Is something ambition projects I already have.
Hmm.
And our idea from the beginning is start with pilones. We buy tobacco from different farmers and we try to age our own tobacco.
Mm.
But unfortunately, I don't have enough money to own any farm in Nicaragua. Who knows in the next 10 years? But now I can't. It's a dream, of course. It's a dream. Who can?
So
Which
I
manufacturer
have,
can do it together?
I have a question for you when it comes to tobacco. How's it been as far as you being able to get the tobacco, like just the tobacco that you really want? Because I know if you don't have a good relationship with those people, they will kind of go and not give you like their best.
Hmm,
Especially when you're starting out, they like, all right, well, I'll give you this, but you have to also buy this.
that is
You
not true.
know. Mm,
For example, in the cigar industry in Nicaragua, uh,
mm-hmm.
most of the small factory they and most of the general factories in Nicaragua, everybody buy tobacco from almost the same place. Aganorsa,
Mm,
Tanixa. Also, for me, for our factory, I feel so grateful for Abel, for A. Fernandez, because I don't have enough to say for him as a person, as a manufacturer. He was a person who gave me his hand as soon as I start, and he said to me, Alex, wherever I can support you, just call me, and we will figure it out how to do it. In the cigar industry, that is difficult to find. Not everybody gives you the hands because
mm-hmm.
sometimes they feel you can be a competition or whatever. And that guy helped us a lot, and they help us our company a lot. And I don't have enough words to say thanks to him. But talking about the raw material, when you go to Tanixa or Aganosa or all those kind of companies who sell a lot of tobacco, they sell like category C, B, and A. You need to know and you have to be prepared which tobacco you want to use. Because sometimes I mentioned, some people say to me, no, I can find this cigar for $2 per stick. I said, brother, I guarantee you, if you want to buy $2 stick, it's a tobacco, it's impossible. When you calculate the cost to manufacture, it's not only the price of the raw material. You have to calculate the cost of the payroll, the cost of the lease. It's many costs associated with manufacture. It's not only the raw material. But it's true, you can buy raw material C, B, or A. But
Mm,
for example, the wrapper. Now the wrapper is not the same price used to be 5 years ago. Now the wrapper, if you want to buy a really good wrapper for your products, it's a wrapper. The price now is average 24, 26, $30 per pound.
mm.
Before was almost the half, and that increased the value of the tobacco.
Now,
But
and
if you have enough money, believe me, you can buy a really good tobacco. It's not like they don't want to sell it to you, because
yeah,
also
Mm.
those companies they make business.
Yeah.
They have agriculture, they have a farm, and they want to make also money. They don't care if you have enough money and if you have the right license to buy, because
Right.
all those big companies like Aganosa or Canixa, they are free zone. When you want a free zone, you can buy directly from them. That is why we open now a new free zone factory. That way you have more like a free trade between free zone companies and between them. It's easier.
And speaking of, so we have another question from Joe. Joe asked, he said, "What seed varieties would he grow? Well, would you grow, if you had your dream farm?"
One seed I I feel I never you go wrong is, for example, the corojo. I love the corojo. Corojo is a really good seed. It's a tobacco. You can make a cigar 100% corojo. You know, I love the corojo and I love the criollo 98. It's a variation of seed. It's spectacular.
Yes.
And now we have a new project. Now we are in the process for agriculture, not in Nicaragua, but now our company we have a new partners. Our partners are from Asia,
Hmm.
and we are trying to make an experiment in a Golden Triangle in Laos because we have some genetists. They are the best of the best in the world. One of them, they are the team from the Institute of Agriculture in Cuba, Emilio. If the people know about the genetist, Emilio is the top of the top.
Yeah.
And we was trying to find a land where we can try to see what we can do. And now we're in the process of the agriculture. Is was a dream. I couldn't make it in Nicaragua, for example, because I don't have enough money.
Hmm.
But our partner, by his side, I'm not involved in that business, but I'm happy if everything goes through, we will be manufacturing that raw material. That raw material, we feel will be spectacular because all those genetics, they figured it out. That soil is the same characteristic of potassium, magnesium, and the humidity is similar to Cuba, and the altitude of the sea is exactly the same. For example, Nicaragua and Dominican Republic, they are closer than Cuba, and they don't have the same altitude in
Mm.
that country in Asia have the same altitude and the same characteristic like Cuba. And
Hmm.
that is something we are now planning to do. We already have like 400 acres. We want to make the experiment in that 400 acres. And one of the people in our team is personally Hiroshi Robaina, the grandson of Alejandro Robaina. He's
Yeah.
the guy in charge in all the agriculture in Asia. Um, let's see. It's a new project and we have a lot of hope. We have the really good hope because we have the top of the top in from Cuba doing that job in Asia.
That, bro, that's exciting.
Mhm.
That's exciting as hell right there. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited about that, Mr. Glez. I really am. That I'm I just when it comes, you said solid team. I agree. That's solid for
Mhm.
sure. That's solid for sure. So as you progress with in New World Cigars, are you looking forward to or have any plans or ideas to maybe doing future collabs with any other brand?
Always in the cigarette industry is always good to have collabs
Hmm.
because that is the way for new brands, for example, to bring to the cost. For example, I don't know how to. Sorry for my English. It's not perfect, but I will put you a good sample. If tomorrow I have the opportunity to make a cigar with Arturo Fuente, will be
Hmm.
the best of the best. Why? Because they already have a brand, well-known name in the cigar industry, not in the US, in the world. And wherever you collaborate with them will be easy to sell. They have the right distribution, and that is the key in the cigar industry. Have the right distribution to put your cigars in every corner in US. You know,
Yeah.
unfortunately for me here in US, I'm trying to bring our cigars organic step by step in different states. But I feel by myself, and I have to recognize I don't have that strength in distribution because it's something really new in US for me. And that is why I take the challenge with my new partner from Asia because they are people really, really well connected. And thanks to them, we have our product now in mainland China, like 12 different duty free in Hong
Mhm.
Kong and in Taiwan. What happened? The distribution I would love to have in US for the moment is not as good as I will believe I could do it because I don't have any feedback and I don't have the same relationship I have in Cuba for almost 18 years. I don't have in US. It's a new world for me, and it's
Right.
a new world. You try to create that relationship with distribution, and that takes time. That take time. That take friendship. That take people who are ready. And something I have to say, and I have to say thanks to the people, to the customer who are already smoking AG, and they really like what they are smoking, and they mention to many of the retail and many of the shop in his town, hey man, these people are doing a good job. You have to give him a try.
Yeah.
And that helped us a lot because the cigarette industry grows mouth to mouth, because
Mm-hmm.
for us, we are more manufacturer, and it's true, most of the cigar we make is a white label. Um, I feel like it's something we have to make a little bit better distribution, but that takes time. And with the new tariff, because that is something is changing the cigarette industry now, because Nicaragua will be removed from the CAFTA. CAFTA means Central American Trade Free Agreements. And as soon as Nicaragua will remove from that agreement, is something will kill a lot of the cigarette industry in US because they will have to pay higher taxes. Plus, Trump he wanna add another 100% of the tariff to Nicaraguan country.
Right. Yeah.
That I feel that is something really tricky for the industry, and that is why maybe feel I was lucky enough to bring to as a board director of our new company people from Asia because I think that is the future for us as a company. We want to
Hmm.
keep US market 100%. We want to grow in US also it's true, but sometimes you have to have a bigger spectrum and you have to open the market for
Hmm.
different things, not only one way.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I want to ask. I want to ask you this: is there any plans in the future for you to come out with the Calibra? I know a lot of people now. Well, it's only certain companies I've seen actually do the Calibra. I know Placencia when they dropped the snake, they had in the box. In the box it came with a Calibra. And I know I've heard some people say the Calibra is now a gimmick. Like
So,
it's kind of like a gimmick now.
but
So I just want to know your thoughts.
in our factory, we already produce a culebra. We are making a culebra size for company. We are working in Taiwan.
Hmm.
We are already producing in our factory for the last 6 months a lot of culebras, but it's
Mm.
for Taiwan. Maybe it's something in the future we can do in US, but for me it's difficult. It's difficult because I can bring everyone something different. I will love,
Hmm.
but that need money, that need a lot of effort to
Yeah.
bring new lines and new sizes. And now we are really, really focusing a new project we have for PCA because in PCA in 2026 we want to bring for the first time the Robaina cigars here to US market.
Oh, that's
And, and
awesome.
and also we are trying to bring we already have all the paperwork, we have everything done, we are making a new line, the name will be Legendary Moments. That Legendary Moment is something we are doing with Ray Lewis.
Yes.
The Ray Lewis,
Wow.
he choose something really nice. He said, Alex, I want to make a line. The name will be Legendary Moment, but every years we want to find two different guests. That
Okay.
way, every year the customer they have a different experience and they have something limited. For example, this first year in 2026 in PCA, the first two guests for Legendary Moment is Ray Lewis by himself and Jamie Foxx.
Wow.
Why Ray
Wow.
Lewis? He said to me, Alex, I wanna because at the beginning I said you already have a cigars, you already did something with Rocky Papel. Why you wanna make a game? Why you wanna use your name? Why we don't choose another guest? Because he was thinking another different guest. But for him, he explained me he's something personal. It's something he want to do it because he want to be proud of the product he's selling. I don't know, like he don't was too much happy with the blend he did before, and he said, "I want to bring something legend. I want to bring something good." And for the
You talking
first
about
year,
with the cigar he did with Rocky Patel, right?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
for that
yeah, no.
for that cigar was something personal. He said, "Alex, it's something I don't like. It's something I'm not proud to advertise my name. But now I want to do something I did by myself. Now we are working some different new blends for him, and he will choose which one he will like more. And and that is the new project. He's really exciting because we will make only 1,500 I think boxes for him and 1,500 boxes for Jamie Foxx
Hmm.
and 250 uh, trophy. We want to make like a nice trophy. Will look like a really big trophy with 20 cigar inside. Will be like a platinum.
Hmm.
It's something wait for the people see what we are doing for 2026 for legendary moments. Will be epic. Will be really nice because in the cigar industry, most of the time the people what I want to do was I was trying to bring the same like Cuba, like a ceramic jar with cigar inside. But in the end, my designers in Hong Kong, they say, Alex, let's do something different because also in the past, the transportation of the ceramic jar was a headache and many damage and many feedback, bad feedback from those ceramic jars. But now we are making something with metal and wood inside. And I think we did something really, really beautiful for the cigar industry.
That is, man. That's super exciting, man. Because I mean, we've smoked the Ray Lewis cigar from Rocky Patel. We smoked that.
Mhm.
We do a celebrity smoke series to where we smoke a cigar that a celebrity put out, and um, I mean it wasn't anything special at all for any of us, and so it's good to it's good to know that um to have you, especially to have you making the cigar. That I know that's going to be a banger, and I'm super excited for that. Also, we look forward to being at PCA. Some
Yeah.
of the guys some of the guys of the Avengers will definitely be there. I know I'm for sure. We're for sure planning on we're working on some stuff now to make sure that we're there, and it'll be
Mhm.
awesome to see you guys there. And also, I mean, just the new line period that's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. That's going to be super super awesome. And
Yeah,
so, I just when it comes to, I think like when a lot of celebrities, in my personal opinion, when a lot of celebrities put out a cigar, um, a lot of times the cigar isn't really
what happened?
good.
What happened with the celebrity? And that is something I have a personal meeting with them
Hmm.
because they are celebrity. They know what they are doing, but they don't know about cigars.
Right.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have an experience like sometimes you buy a cigar from celebrity, like you said. It's impossible. Those people they try to sell cigar for 40, 50 bucks only because of the name they have, but in the end, it's not a good cigar. You know.
Yeah.
And one of our first meeting with them is like we want to do a cigars be not cheap because the cost of the product we are doing, the boxes we are using, and the manufacturer we are. trying to have. It's not cheap, but we try to bring a cigar be as affordable as possible. We believe those cigars will be the full box between 220 to 150 retail price, and that is something is reasonable for the kind of
Yeah,
tobacco we are using in that blends. It's really good price because what happened? We did a small batch of boxes for Ray Lewis in the last 2 years for the Super Bowl, and it's
hmm
funny. He was selling those cigars in the A Lounge in Resort World in Las Vegas for 45 $50 per stick.
Wow.
wow.
And he said to me, "Oh, we can do that." And I explained him as a business, I said, "Brother, you can do that when you want to sell only 250 boxes. And it's
Mm-hmm.
something when you have those kind of boxes in those lounges like A Lounge, the people go to Las Vegas to enjoy the gambling, and they don't care if they have to pay $40. But to make a legit business, you have to bring something, be goods related, quality and price. And I think the best you can bring to the people who are your fans, and the people who want to carry something limited from their name, have to be affordable, more or less, because $22 per stick is not cheap. But I feel for the quality of tobacco we are using inside now is really good. I'm really waiting the moment where people have access.
Mm.
Wow. Wow, bro. That's crazy. So is there, because I know, it's when normally, well, for some, I know for some brands, if one celebrity, hey, I want a cigar made, then the other, it's another celebrity like, hey man, I want to get a cigar made too. So are there any, you don't have to name names if there are, but are there any other celebrities that are trying to, collaborate with you on coming out with a cigar?
Honestly, with me directly, no. But with the team of Ray Lewis, we already have enough people who are in on board of the project. And I will put you another sample. Let me see if I remember the name. One of the guys, think not for 2026 because 2026 will be Ray Lewis and Jimmy Fox, but for the next year we already have Emmitt Smith.
And Miss Smith, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and other names I don't know exactly the names, but his team is really strong. And for celebrities, because for the cigar we want to make for the legendary moments, it's not only people from the sport, it's people who are legends in whatever they do in his life. Can be sports, can be television, can be movie director, can be many things. But that is the idea from him. Try to bring people that are legend to his projects.
Hmm.
And I think another people is possible is I don't remember the name. He's the guy who has a lot of record as a swimmer.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
You know,
That's going to be cool. I wonder what that's going to be called. I used to call that man Aquaman because he was that good.
nah, I used to call him the world's strongest eater because he used to have to eat like 8 meals a day, just to keep his weight up because he has that disease where
Hmm.
where he can't keep weight. But
I
one
forgot
thing
about that, bro.
yeah, one thing I will say, and I think this is my opinion when it comes to celebrities and cigars. You know, they have access to Cuban cigars, so it's not like they're out. Is I wouldn't say that they're out there testing out everything. So to me, they have that Cuban X palate because they have access to those cigars. So I feel like if you're bringing out something with a harsher taste and a harsher palate, they might not understand it. Like,
It's
how do you feel
true.
about that, Alan?
That is why, for example, in the last two blends I did for Ray Lewis, I sent a couple of samples from the last batch I have. when you smoke those cigars, it's something medium blend, nothing too strong, but something with a lot of flavors. And that's something I want to create. Why? When you are making cigars, um, always my experience, like in Cuba, when I have to make custom blends for people I don't know, which is the flavor they like, I always go medium because medium is a good balance for everybody. If you
Mm-hmm.
smoke a strong cigar, medium is perfect. But if you smoke something mild, also medium is perfect. That is why we try to make something different with their cigar. For example, we want to do for Ray Lewis, will be a good size, will be like a Toro size, because we are trying to match his age with his age with his height.
His number.
Uh,
Okay.
Also with Jimmy Fox, and for the jar will be something different. Will be a different size,
Hmm.
but I think for the blends, what we want to create is something medium blend, good for every different taste, and something really rich in flavor. And we're using for his tobacco, aged tobacco.
Mm.
Mm.
So, and I want to ask you. So, I know you said earlier, way earlier, that as far as your experience with other tobaccos is not, all that great just yet. But I want to ask you when it comes to if I'm sure you have tried it, the Honduran tobacco, and if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Because I'm a fan of. I love Cameroon and also I love Honduran tobacco, especially when Honduran because to me, when Honduran tobacco is actually done correctly, it has such a great sweetness on the palate, and it can be really really good.
I'm 100% agree with you, but that happened with every tobacco from any
Mm.
country. You
Hmm.
can find from Jalapa, from Ometepe, spectacular tobacco with a wonderful taste, and you can find a crack.
Hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Also with Honduras, you can find really good Honduran tobacco. Now already, because I was having a lot of feedback from people who already was asking me about Peruvian tobacco.
Hmm.
I was lucky enough to find. We already bought like 15 days. We are trying some blends. I'm not sure if
Ooh.
maybe for legendary moments, the Peruvian will be part of the tobacco we will be using. We are now working in the blending, but yeah, I'm 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 really sure like every different country have different new and different something different to apport to the blend you are trying to create. You
Right.
can find top tobacco or you can find shell tobacco from different countries.
Mm.
Yeah.
So now I don't know if you asked this already, Fred, but I kind of want to go back to when you were in Cuba and you were a roller.
Yeah.
Like so who were the people that you were watching like blend those cigars and that really got you like, man, I can do that.
In Cuba, it's totally different. In Cuba,
Okay.
like in other countries, one second, the blenders, the cigar roller, they are like machines. It's like
Mm.
you are already giving the blend to the blender, prepare the blend, and
Yeah.
as soon as the blender create what they want to create, they go to another process, the process of tasting. Some people, some master blender, they try and they smoke and they consider from different because blending is not blend one cigar. Okay, this is good. Let's do it. No, you have
Yeah.
to blend. Let's say 10 cigars, and with your team, you have to decide which blend is good, and it's something you want to give into your customer to try. As soon as the team of the blenders they decide which blend they love, is when they bring the tobacco to the rollers. The rollers are like a machine. You say you have to use two volado, one seco, one viso, and this is what you have to use. And that is what they prepare every day. They work like machine. That is why the blenders, I can guarantee you 90% of the blenders, they don't know how to blend a cigar. They know how to roll cigars, but they don't know how to blend cigars. The same in Cuba. In Cuba, When you work in Cuba, the blender is who prepare if you wanna make this month Monte Cristo or Romeo Juliet or Partagas, is the blend you are working. But when you are working LCDH, like me, I don't have a blender. That is something you
Mm-hmm.
have to to try
Learn.
to prepare different blends and learn how to do it to bring you the best
Mm-hmm.
experience. Because, for example, when you work in the factory, I guarantee you how many cigars you smoke from, let's say, Tatuaje or A.E. Fernandez. You can say this one is good or this one is terrible, but you don't know
Yep.
who are the brother who made those cigars.
Yep.
In
Mm,
Cuba, it's the same. The people who have the opportunity to work in the LCDH, you have the opportunity to meet different people, and the people know what you are doing is good, is bad, or is regular, but it's your chance. If you're doing well, perfect. If you're doing bad, they know who are making those bad cigars. And that is
right.
the good and the bad things when you are working LCDH, making custom roll. Because now many people say, "Oh, I'm buying custom roll." No, you are buying like a white label cigar. A custom roll is when you have a customer. Like, let's put example. Custom roll is when I have a customer who says, "Alex, I want to make a cigar this size, this blend, this strength. I'm making a custom for you." That is why the people mention custom roll because you are preparing exactly what they want. When the people say farm grow, it's because you are going to the farm and you are buying the blend the farm is making to sell, but it's not custom. Custom when it's something already custom, and it's something different, but it's something you have to learn, which is the blend you are trying to create and giving the best experience to your client. But
Yeah.
it's good.
Mm. Now we have another question up here. We have two questions actually. From Alex. I mean, I said from Alex. It's for Alex from Joe. Joe asked. He said, "Alex, do you ever test the celebrity palettes? And honestly, by giving them bad tobacco to taste."
Brother, what happened? No, not only celebrity. Like many people, they are in the cigar industry. It's two different things. What happened? You have to try to make a blend. You have to because most of the people they are celebrity. Maybe few of them they smoke some cigar because they are enjoying the party, but they are not heavy smoker. They don't know uh, how is a good cigar. Maybe they have one cigar today and maybe one cigar in 6 months. But when you are working with celebrity, they don't know about cigars. You prepare a bunch of blends, but at the same time, you try to make him feel like they are the people who have the last call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when let me put you a sample. Ray Lewis, he's a wonderful person, great guy. He smoked tobacco, but in the end, he's not a blender. You
Hmm.
have to make few blends, and for your knowledge, blending tobacco, more or less to know which is the goal you wanna make for the blend for his project. But if you asking, hey, you know about cigar? They don't know about cigar. But
Right.
when you prepare different blends and you let him choose, in the end, you are making the blend, but they feel they are part of the project. They feel like, oh my goodness, I was the person who made that blend. I choose this blend because it's the best,
Yeah.
you know? And they feel like, I did it. I said, okay, perfect, you did it. Let's do it. And that
Mm-hmm.
is something nice and it's something good because also you have another people who don't know nothing about cigar, but they need to let you help you because some people feel like they know everything,
Right.
you know. And
Mm-hmm.
in the end, also you need to know how to work with those kind of people who already believe they know everything.
Hmm.
And you say, okay, you wanna pay me? This is what you want to do. Okay, let's do it. I don't like it, but you love it. It's business. You pay me, you
Right.
get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
But something I learned working with some celebrities is people who are really they are really passionate what they are doing, and sometimes they let you work with them. They don't put his ego like in front of anything. They are open to any recommendation on any different blends. And when you explain, you know what, you like this one, but try this other because I feel it's more balanced, not too strong. And they appreciate that when you try to bring it from the same way Not like, okay, let me make this cigar. You made this money or whatever, and that's it. No, they are open to do something great. And honestly, only small people they are celebrity. They really are heavy smoker, and they know already what they want. And that is your way as a blender. You have to try to work together to give him what maybe he don't know he wants, but at the same time, when you create it, it's like you 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 did it. You make something they really like it.
Yeah. So, so we have another question here, and it comes from Mr. Camacho. And I listen, this is a really good question because I want to know this my damn self. That can you help me get the MJ23 cigar? No, I mean now, because now that is a highly sought after cigar from you. Honestly, for me, ever since I saw my boy Steven Epicurean smoke it, I was like, oh man, that looks like a fantastic cigar. Which I got a chance to talk to him offline, and he told me how much he really loved that cigar. Is there any possible chance that in the future that cigar could become something that you will maybe do a limited time run on?
Honestly, that is something for me. It's impossible to duplicate it because that is the cigar. It's 100% Cuban tobacco and something I don't have access. But
Mm,
I really feel like my next project after I finish with Legendary Moment, I wanna make like a small coffin with only 2 or 3 cigars. I already have the prototype. I
mhm.
wanna make those cigars in aluminum tubes. Will be really long aluminum tubes, like 11 inches. I think it's something because many people ask me about those cigars. Those cigars is something for me unique. I don't want to make exactly the same size. I want to make it close, but not the same as respect because honestly, it's something I did for Michael Jordan and it's something open for me many doors. And I have to be honest, if you ask me if MJ23 is the favorite cigar I roll, I say no. I have another cigar I really love more than MJ, but MJ did something for me unique. As soon as Michael Jordan was smoking those cigars in the last dance,
Mhm.
was something opened the door for me a lot. Thanks to that, I'm thinking to make something similar, but instead to be 38 ring gauge, I'm thinking to do something like 42 ring gauge. It's a new project. It's something I want to do. And it's something also every time I make a podcast and I talk about the MJ23, I say thanks to a friend. His name is Arturo Mendoza.
Mhm.
He's the person who did this possible. And when I was making that cigar for the first time, don't work for Michael Jordan, was for a Saudi family.
Uh huh.
And as a gift, I sent him 5 to Michael Jordan because Arturo Mendoza is the guy who used to go to Cuba and buy all his cigars, and I sent him those cigars as a gift. And after he smoked those cigars, he really fell in love with the Double Lancero,
Mhm.
and was how I started to make those cigars for him. You know,
Mm.
and I feel
Wow.
it's a size was unique in my career, and it's a size I feel like I have to do it, but I have to be very carefully what I'm doing because I want to do something really great. It's not
Yeah.
only made that size because I want to duplicate what I did in the past. If not, I want to bring in the people almost the same opportunity or the same experience or as close as possible from the MJ23.
All right.
Wow, man, that's
Hold on,
awesome.
Fred.
What's
Hold
up?
on,
Go
Fred.
ahead.
Alex, don't take this personal, brother.
No.
Every time I hear that name, I throw up in my mouth.
He's a Knicks fan.
You know, I don't like nothing Jordan, nothing Chicago 23. I don't like nothing. You know, because you know why? Because he ruined my childhood. He ruined my childhood. So anytime I see that oversized jeans wearing, all right, it's not 1993 no more. You don't got to wear extra 6X jeans no more.
Thank you, Steven.
Thank you,
You know, you
Steven.
got to get over it, bro.
No,
Hey, wait, hey,
no,
wait,
no.
come out, wait,
It's childhood trauma.
wait,
It's
hold
childhood
on.
trauma.
Hey, guess how many people we got in here? 23.
Somebody leave.
It's a good number.
Hey, you said where's Peter when you need him? Listen, Alex, listen. Eno and Peter have a very special relationship.
Oh, he's
Okay.
been around for it. He's been around for it.
Oh yeah. Oh
He's
man.
been
That.
he's been in the cut chat.
Hey, look. Wait. Steven said, "See a therapist about your childhood trauma." No, man.
You know
Listen,
what?
Alex. That's awesome. And I mean, the fact that you said that you're gonna, you say you're working on something similar to that, and you said 11 inches.
Yeah, I want to do exactly the same size, but for example, the size of the MJ23 was 38 ring gauge. I want to do something similar but different. I want to make it 42 ring gauge.
Mm. Mm. Man, that right there, that's gonna be something to see right there, because I mean, I don't know why, but a lot of people they hate like smaller cigars. I guess for some guys I've heard it's the feel in the hand. They hate the way that a smaller cigar feels in the hand. They hate the way a Lancero feels in the hand, and I guess I'm like me personally, I don't
But they can
mind.
but they can smoke an 8x8.
Hey, that's real. Some people actually, yeah, that's right.
But
So
they
I
feel
mean,
it in
so
their hand.
with that, Alex, I have a question. So, like, in the future, are you going to go and like, are you venturing out with other sizes when it comes to like your line that you have now currently? Like, just say the Un Nuevo Rieno. If you have, do you plan on like maybe playing with a petite corona or something of that sort.
I think, for example, Uno Reino is already the line. I don't will make anything else. Will be Uno Reino. Uno Reino will be the three sizes already are. Is
Hmm.
the Prince, King, and Emperor. That is why I make the 109. It's a white label, but it's not Un Nuevo Reino taste. It's totally different.
Hmm.
I want to make more lines, of course. I want to make something different, but now I'm a little bit focused in the project we have for 2026 for legendary moments because it's something we really want to focus on something really, really nice. We are already visiting our factory now.
Hmm.
How I explained before, it's many projects. It's not only cigars, it's also cigarettes. It's
Mm.
many things we are doing now. And also something I want to explain because for many people ask me about our factory. Our factory, unfortunately, is not Mi Habana anymore. We separate as a partnership almost 8 months ago.
Uh-huh.
That is why we open a new company. Unfortunately, like a marriage, when it's not working, everybody take his line because everybody have a
Hmm.
different future and different points of view. We have the best relationship as a person, but as a business, we are not Mi Habana anymore.
Yeah.
Um, that is something I want to let you know the people because many people continue associate me for Mi Habana. We are no more Mi Habana,
Hmm.
and many good things is coming soon. I hope the people really love what we will do for legendary moments and for all the projects we are doing now. But yeah, of course, I want to make something different, different lines, different sizes. But every time, everything has to be step by step. I
Right.
don't want to make every 3 months something different because it's not my idea. My idea
Hmm.
is try to
Hmm.
bring the most we can to the sizes, but also you need to know how long you can go or when is the moment to make something different and something like to bring the people the best you can. That is why take time, take a lot of effort, a lot of work. For the moment, we are not making nothing new for AG Cigars.
Right.
We are only focused with the product we already have and the other projects we have coming. And maybe in 2026, in the end of 2026, I wanna make something different after we finish with Legendary Moment because in the end of 2026 will be my 20th anniversary of as a cigar roller,
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
and that is why when the people mention about the MJ23 is something I'm working for a long time because I was thinking that cigar giving a lot of things in my life, and as a recognition for my 20th anniversary, I was thinking it made that size. And but number one, I can mention MJ23 because that is a trademark. It's impossible
Mhm.
to do it. But I want to make something beautiful, maybe like a AG23 or something like that.
Mhm.
I already have the prototype, the aluminum tubes. I have everything different because also when you are making the tubes for that lens, have to be customized. It's something is not easy to find. But we
Mhm.
also I wanna make something. The colors I wanna use. I don't wanna use the red or the black like the blues. I wanna use something really beautiful. Blue colors like the same color he have for the Caroline team.
Oh, the powdered blue,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
that,
Carolina
Yeah.
blue and white.
Yeah.
that is the color I wanna do. The box, white and blue, the same color of the Caroline blue.
Yeah.
That is something I want to make for the 20th anniversary of my career, but have to be in the end of 2026. But believe me, they will be coming.
Okay. So all right. So quick question for you. So do you have a set date on when the legendary moments will be released publicly for for everybody to get if they're going to get it?
Now the goal we want to make because my idea was bringing to the market in PCA
Hmm.
in 2026, and that is will be 100% sure will be in 2026. But also I had a business meeting with Ray Lewis, but he said he want to have small batch for the Super Bowl. He wanna
Okay.
make like a small launch of his new brand in San Francisco, but it's something he wanna do for his people for the Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
it's not something will be available at the market at that time. Will be available when after the PCA.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We got a lot of people saying, sign me up. Sign me up for that AG23. Yeah, that's
Wow,
gonna that's gonna be
that's
awesome.
amazing. Oh,
That's gonna be
now,
awesome.
I have a question for you, Alex. So, during this podcast, you spoke a lot about what you do with cigars. So, what do you do when you're not smoking cigars? How do you decompress?
Brother,
Like what do you do when you finally get some free time and you're able to have some time to yourself and relax?
honestly, for me, I have to be honest. I don't have too much time to relax because I smoke like 10 cigars a day,
Mm.
and most of the time I'm working every day until 1 2 in the morning
Wow.
because my partners they are in Asia.
Yeah.
Normally all the duties is after 12 because
Mm-hmm.
are like 12 14 hours difference, and when you try to work hard it's not a time to relax, it's trying to be the best you can. I
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
know it's sometimes it's tired, but that is the way you can do the things if you want to do it great. Unfortunately, we have to work 24/7, 24/7, and I smoke a lot. And also, I have a partner. His name is Roy Kwon. He helped me a lot. And what we are doing, we have a lot of hope with the new projects. And I think we are doing good. We are doing organic. We are growing organic, but we are growing with something is what I like about my job. And number one is consistency and quality.
Mm.
Right. And I think that right there, that's the most important to me when talking about consistency and quality because of the fact that
Mm-hmm.
it's so many and I'm not going to name anybody, but there's so many other brands that are out there that that are inconsistent. They're not consistent with the with the cigars that they put out. and it's disappointing because just could to me it's kind of like it's like a toxic relationship. It's like can
Yep.
you can trust I can trust you one day, but then the next
Mm-hmm.
day it's a disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think inconsistency is really really big in the industry right now, and I think when you have people like yourself who are mainly focusing on that consistency and the quality, that makes your brand even better. So I really appreciate that from you
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of people out here faking the funk, as we like to say, because
Mm-hmm.
they say, oh well, and also I also say this too. I also respect the fact that you smoke other cigars. You don't just smoke
Yep.
yours because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's man, it's people out here that if you're if to me if you're representing your brand, that's more. Of course you're gonna smoke your cigars, but you also have to smoke other cigars that's out here to see to see like what you're up against. Okay, or just to say like, oh man, this is a really good cigar, and I commend you for that because there's a lot of people that they say, oh hey man, so what do you smoke outside of your brand? They're like, oh well, I only smoke this and this. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
In the end, I have to be honest. All the people talk like that is everything bullshit because you can smoke only your cigars. That the
Mm-hmm.
people, oh, I only smoke my cigar is not true. You always, as curiosity, you want to know what the rest of the people are doing
Mm-hmm.
because
true,
you said, I'm doing that, I'm doing well, but I need to know what the rest of the people are doing. The people is talking good about this brand, let me try.
Yeah.
And
They
also
like.
another thing, when we drink, when I send some cigars and the people make a review, I always say to everybody, be honest. Don't worry if I send the cigar by myself or if you buy the cigar in any website. The best feedback I can have from you is
your
the
honesty,
honesty.
yeah,
If
Honest.
if you consider it's bad, it's bad. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's
yeah,
great, it's great. Only let the cigar speak by itself and let him mention what you feel when you're smoking. You
right,
can
Mm-hmm.
say, you know what? It's something. It's not my palate. I'm not enjoy, and I'm happy with that because it's. And I feel like the work you are doing, guys, and the work any others you two are doing in the cigar community is bringing to the people their feelings. Maybe your feeling is not the same feeling like another podcast, but you have to give in your own point of view. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
it's not only business. It's true. You want to try, you want to compare. It's normal. It's the life. You never want to buy what you beef every day
mhm,
or chicken every day. You want to try a balanced food. The same. You want to smoke a balance of experience,
yeah,
and that is the best you have. Yeah, as a manufacturer, I feel many manufacturers like me, they love have the feedback because that's what make us feel like we have to do it better. For example, if every single time I see the reviews and everything are perfect, I feel
Mm-hmm.
something is wrong. I feel honestly something is wrong
right,
because you can feel from everybody everything is perfect. You have to feel some other people, guy, it's not what I like. I said perfect. What you like? Which is your your taste, your palate, what you like it.
yeah,
And
your
normally
preference,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
see another YouTubers that have a big community and they make all those blind testing like Cigar Avengers, the most important, for example, is feel the feedback from the audience, what they feel. Because maybe, let's say you have now 20, 23, whatever the number will be in the audience now. If you feel like from those 20, 16, 18, 80% of the people, they like what you are doing, perfect. You continue that road. But if you consider, oh, only 5 people like it, the rest are really disappointed, is when you have to worry. You have to make something different. The market likes something strong, okay, let's do it strong, you
yeah.
know?
You know.
And
Sorry, Fred. I just gotta say one thing.
Go ahead.
Uh, from what you just said, Alex, and it came to me. It might be the punch and rum that I'm drinking, the overproof straight Trinidadian punch and rum. that can't fly over here. But something came to mind to me when it came to you was if I was to describe you, I would just say like obsession, passion, and creativity.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
because you are 100% obsessed with this business. But with the obsession becomes the passion, and with that passion, you're able to bring out your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And in this business, the best you have, okay, you can have a lot of passion, you can have a lot of love what you are doing, but you can be blind when you are doing a bad shit. Because
Mm-hmm.
that happens a lot. Sometimes people have enough ego, and the ego don't let you see the reality of the product. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's impossible. Someone feel by himself, I'm doing the best, and I'm the best, I'm the number one. You know what I mean? It's not true. Can
Yeah.
be many people can be as good as you or better than you, but you have to try
Mm-hmm.
to be at the same level, and that is a challenge for you personally as a professional. That is why when I smoke other blends, the blends I don't like, okay, I respect what they are doing, but the blends I like what they are doing, I try to make as close as possible as them, or I try to find a way to beat him, and that is a good competition, you know. And it's true,
Yeah.
that is good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And man, listen, Alex,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure having you on. And I listen,
Yes.
and I apologize again for everybody that's on here. I apologize for our technical issues that we were
Yeah.
having.
We're gonna be on
Um,
email StreamYard.
yeah, man. But
No,
listen, if
brother.
if you are interested in of course getting some AG cigars, they are on small batch. Which if you are going to order some, please use our code Avengers, all caps.
Mm-hmm.
You get 15% off. Shout out to our partners, small batch.
Small
We
batch.
appreciate that. And so, but before we go, before because we got 8 minutes before the show ends.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, um, as far as when it comes to pairings of your cigars, um, do you pair any other spirits with your cigars? Are you a like a rum guy, or are you a drinker at all?
Honestly, I drink. I don't drink too much. For me, the best pairing I do with my cigars, I already finished, is coffee. I
Mm.
Mm,
really love to pair the cigar with coffee. And sometimes when you are making like a testing, I love the green tea because the green tea clean your mouth and let you have more clean taste. But when I have the opportunity, I love to pair in cigar with depend. If you have alcohol, it's good a good whiskey, a cognac, or
Mm-hmm.
armagnac, or bourbon, and everybody have a different taste. Some people love pairing his cigar with something simple like Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? And hello, Leo.
yeah, brother Leo.
King King Leonidas.
And honestly, that's it's the same when you are smoking something. The most important is your best experience. You like Coca-Cola, you like Armagnac, you like rum or coffee, is your what you like. And always
Right,
in the life, not in the cigarette industry
Mm-hmm.
in general. Try to make everything make you feel happy by yourself. What
right.
you
Yep.
are doing, be good, be bad, or whatever you want to do in your life, doing something you feel happy by yourself.
Yeah,
Because that is the best experience you can have. You know?
yeah, yeah,
And with the cigar is the same. I say to everybody, my cigar can be perfect, can be bad, can be terrible, but is what we are doing. Is the experience we are bringing to the people. We always, the only we have to say to our customer, every day, every time we are rolling, we are blending. You can imagine how difficult we are in quality control. We try to do our best, and we try to bring in the best experience we can to our customers, because we appreciate the feedback, you know,
yeah,
and
Mm-hmm.
that is why many times, because it's normal. Sometimes you can have one cigar, it's a little bit plugged, and you can imagine how much I suffered that by myself because it's impossible to have 100% perfect cigars when you are making 100% handmade, but that made me feel terrible. You can imagine how many times I see only one bad comment about it's a plug. I'm trying to reach me
Mm-hmm.
back. I try to send him a message, give me your address. I want to send you another sample. I want you have the best experience you can with our blends.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
we are focused. The number one is the clientele, is the people, and trying to bring the people the best we can do in our factory.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I have a question for you, Alex. So Fred just brought up pairings. So you said you like to have it with espresso. So like when you're having a cigar, now when you're listening to music, what kind of music do you go to? Like who's your artist that you go to?
I don't want to say bullshit and lie to you, but I don't listen too much music at all
Really?
because I'm not a music guy. I know some people they feel really relaxing using music and smoking. Most of the time, I'm smoking and having like a video phone call, and I'm not a music guy. And it's true, I
Mm.
don't listen too much music. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I don't listen too much music.
Yeah.
Hey,
You
you,
know what?
hey,
It's very interesting because a lot of the Cubans that I know down in Miami, that's the thing.
Yeah,
They got they
many.
got
Remember, this life we are human. As a
yeah.
humans, we are not
Everybody's different.
perfect. Everybody's
Everybody's
different.
different. Everybody's different.
yeah, for sure. So now before we do our closing and all this stuff, we got about 4 minutes left. Now, one thing we stress a lot on this show, we love talking about when it comes to us as men, how
Hmm.
how how important it is for our mental health. So Alex, I'm gonna ask you first, how are you doing mentally? Are you good?
Brother, mentally, honestly, I'm doing really well. The only frustration for me in my personal life is see the situation of my country, my family.
Hmm.
It's really tough because my dreams was making my country what I'm doing in Nicaragua, and I feel frustrated for that regime and that communist country, how they are killing his people slowly, without
Hmm.
food, without medicine. And when you see almost 3 million people in the last 3 years emigrating, that says something.
Yeah.
And mentally, that's what made me feel I have to be strong enough for my family and maybe give me more hope one day that have to change. And the best I put me as a human, as a person, is some goals to try to make to be better every day. Sometimes
Hmm.
you can do it, sometimes not. Sometimes you feel better, sometimes you feel like you wanna eat the world, but it's the life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah.
And that is mentally, I feel really focused in what we are doing in the projects, and we consider we are doing the best we can. Maybe we can be better. It's true, but have to be slowly. It's something you have to do it on your way. And let's see. We have a lot of hope in our product. I I always say to the people, thank you for the support because the
Hmm.
support means a lot. Sometimes you feel like, okay, as a YouTuber, as an influencer, you can imagine how much you change the, the the point of view of many people, and you can imagine because what you are bringing to your audience is unique. Doesn't matter if you have 100,000 followers or if you have a 20 followers. What you are doing for those 20 followers is unique because they are putting the trust on what you are doing. That is
Hmm.
why the key for any influencer or YouTuber, don't make any bullshit. Try to give him the best honestly you have. Sometimes it's more business than anything, and you try to give him a better deal for the product or the sponsor or whatever. Try to respect your people and try to be honest with them. It's good,
Yeah.
it's good. It's bad, it's
Hmm.
bad. But
Hmm.
that will say a lot for yourself when you are giving to the people and the customer and the audience. They will respect when you're giving an honest point of view.
Mm.
Wow.
And I feel that. I feel
So,
that RJL said, Alex, you are a great and genuine person. Thank you
Thank you,
for all
brother.
you do and keep it up, brother. Much love to you. And we all here, we all feel the
yeah.
same. We really feel the same. How you doing
Yeah.
mentally, brother?
Well, Fred, I
Well,
spoke to you
I'm
on the
sorry,
phone.
babyface. That's because the beard is gone. The beard is
Yeah,
gone. Babyface.
yeah. Hey, me no black, me no black. Me, I'm Dominican now.
He
I'm
does look
Dominican now.
Dominican.
You know what? Like it's funny. Like the first thing my son said was, "Look just like me now." You know, that's the
Yeah.
first thing he said. He said, "Wow, you just look just like me." And I texted. I said, man. So I was like, all right, I'll take that. But but just getting through the week, man. Helping moms out. Like I feel like everybody in life you have your ups and downs, but as long as you have a purpose and you have
It's
something to
true.
strive for, you can push through. It's not. Like they always say, it's tough just because. You damn right. I got that overproof punch and run right here.
Woo, shit.
Like so, Alex, you can't fly this from Trinidad. You can't fly it in from Trinidad. So, I think and Fred, I know you were probably gonna bring it up, but I'll bring it up. You see a 24-year-old man took his own life.
Yeah.
With Marshawn Kneeling,
Mm-hmm.
and and sometimes, and for men, it's the hardest thing in the world to ask for help, or to say you're having a moment of weakness. And I
Yeah,
think one thing is, and the hardest time to ask for help is when you're dealing with heartbreak,
Yeah.
it's true.
because like when you're dealing with a broken heart, nothing else can repair that heart, and nothing else can repair those feelings.
Right.
So you want to do anything to get rid of that pain. And sometimes it takes that phone call to be talked off a ledge. Like I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat has been in that situation where you're calling your best friend at 2 o'clock in the morning because you went through a bad breakup. You know, and you saying, "Oh my God, I can't live without her." Oh
Yeah,
my God, like I can't believe she broke up with me. And like at that moment is it in those moments of weakness is when you have to have that one person you can count on that can talk you off the ledge. You know is going to be there,
Mm-hmm.
because
I
at
agree.
that moment, he didn't have anybody to call. Like you could be around 50 million people, but
Exactly.
in your head, you may not feel like you have real friends.
True.
You know, like and who said that he didn't call his best friend? His best friend didn't pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's moments like this where especially at that age, when you get a little older, you can deal with it a lot better. But anywhere from 26 and under, especially like when you're a teenager, like dealing with depression, you don't know how to deal with it, because you don't want to go up and show your face around.
Right.
Like you don't want to go to school the next day. Like you just want to be in your room and hide.
Mm-hmm.
So the hardest thing is to ask for help, and that doesn't mean that you have to hire a therapist, but you need somebody that you're able to vent to, and
Mm-hmm.
also it's gonna be honest with you. You got to
Yeah.
have that one person that you can call, and is gonna be 100% honest with you, because it's not coming from a bad place,
Right.
and they see you slipping, and that could be anything.
Yeah,
That could be you being a father, and and you're not with the person's mother no more, and you over here trying to justify your actions, and you need that one friend to say, no, that's selfish of you. Like, what are you doing? That's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
So you need people in your life that can come in there and talk you off the ledge, and to get you thinking back regularly, to get you
Right.
thinking back in the right mindset.
Right. And
right.
that's
Fred,
important. That's important. What's up, bro?
no, go ahead, Fred. How's your week going, Fred?
Oh man,
Sorry.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
How's the baby, Fred?
The baby's doing great. The baby's doing great. Eating like eating like every 30 minutes. He's
Yeah.
been here for 3 weeks and he's almost busting by 10, 11 pounds. So he's definitely eating, but everything is good though. And
You know.
I'm okay. I'm okay mentally. Of course, just make it. It's just battles. And Alex, I truly understand when we say
Mhm.
sleep is hard to come by, especially when you're trying to
Yeah.
do something and make something great. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like this show has really
Hmm.
this has me up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure it's step by step, it's process by process, and
Yep.
you know and I really appreciate you for taking out your time and coming to sit with us
Yeah.
and smoke a cigar and talk to us, man. We really appreciate you for that. Like
Hey.
it is
Oh,
very
that's,
heartwarming.
I just gotta say that real quick.
Go ahead.
No, no, no. That's it. Just five time, five time. That's it.
Oh my,
All right.
no, watch out, bro. No, no, no. I told you, bro. I'm getting neutered. Listen, Alex. He keeps bothering me saying that I'm gonna have 5 kids. No, me and my wife have 4, and we're stopping. We're not going anymore. Okay, listen. I'm getting my balls chopped off in January. Okay, leave me
so
alone.
that means you got 2 months to slip up. Actually, no.
No,
Well, because even at that half, you can still slip up.
I hope you see this, Alex. This is not for you. This is for anyways, man. Listen, y'all. Listen. This has been an awesome show. This has been a great show. I really appreciate Alex for his time.
Oh yeah, and one thing,
And
Alex, you have made some of the best cigars that I've smoked, and it's not. And this is just not blowing smoke up your ass. All right, like the two cigars that
Thank
I
you.
smoked, the two cigars that I smoked,
the
especially this
gato,
the guy. Well, and the gato, but no, that no, it's because I smoked three, and also Alex also gifted me two of the 110 that were amazing as well. But
hmm
I'm smoking this white like Lancero, like not Lancero, but it was like a Churchill,
is that
and
the ambassador?
back, yeah. But it's some of those, it's some of those cigars that you get mad when you got to end it, you know,
Repeat.
like it's some cigars where you just don't want to put them down, you
You
know.
mean my cigars?
Yes.
Well, the only cigar have to be honest, I never smoked one. Only at the beginning when we was blending was the master because I'm not a
Mm,
huge fan of those 50, not 50, 60 by 7. I don't like those big sizes.
yeah.
Honestly, that is the some of the cigar I never smoke. The only cigar maybe put the cigar down is when we find something be like a plug because I feel that is the best experience. If your time have a lot of value for you, don't smoke a cheap cigar. If
Yeah.
it's plugged, put it down and like another one.
Mm,
You know.
That's true.
Unfortunately, you try to do your best, but if you find something is not giving you the best experience, it's better to finish that one and continue the other one.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Man.
man. Well, listen, Alex, man, you're welcome to come back on with us anytime, man.
Anytime,
Anytime.
man.
Just shoot me the message, let me know, and listen, we'll get you in there, man. Anytime. And of
Mm-hmm.
course,
Good.
of course, we're all a part, all of us in here, we're a part of the Cigars Unbanded chat. So we're Cuddy buddies. So we,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like
yeah,
that saying, "Cuddy
we,
buddies."
we're Cuddy buddies. So of course we'll definitely talk to you offline in the Cud
Mm-hmm.
chat. For everybody that's been watching, we appreciate you. Also, shout out to Small Batch. We appreciate them as well. Make sure you guys use our code Avengers in all caps for your purchases. Um, and yeah, and they'll get you taken care of 15% off.
Yep.
Make sure you smoke more AG cigars, man. Enjoy them.
Yeah.
They're
Enjoy
really
them
good
because I'm
cigars.
enjoying them.
Really good
Because
cigars.
I'm enjoying them.
And yeah, for sure. And with that being said, y'all, we'll see y'all next week. Next week, we will be reviewing the 1125. by Avowed Cigars. So make sure you guys get that ready. Get that ready if you have it. If you don't have it yet, go ahead and order it. Use our code. There you go. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week, man. Same place, same time. Y'all already know the vibes. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Let
Remember,
them know, Frank. Let them know.
stay lit, stay laughing. Avengers out.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.